What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Arman recently addressed why he isn't getting a title shot, sharing his perspective during an interview. He repeated some of the reasons that have been circulating, but added that he has not even had a private conversation with Dana White about the situation. Arman explained that the UFC may be hesitant because this is the first Paramount event, and they are cautious after he pulled out of a fight once in his career. He feels they don't fully trust that he can make things happen. He also referenced past incidents, including a headbutt and the moment he accidentally punched a fan, which he believes have contributed to the hesitation. Arman emphasized that seeing all of these events together may have influenced their decision. Despite this, he stressed that he is eager to meet and talk with them directly to clarify everything and show his commitment. He hopes a conversation can clear up any misunderstandings and open the path toward a future title opportunity. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to help support the channel. Moving on to another news. Belal Muhammad shared his thoughts on what should be next for Paddy Pimblett, and he believes a fight with Dan Hooker makes the most sense. According to Belal, Paddy is going to need serious recovery time after his last fight, both physically and mentally. He explained that from the UFC's perspective, they will want to get Paddy back into the win column without rushing him into something too dangerous. At the same time, Belal pointed out that there are no easy matchups anymore, and there are no true layups in today's division. He said the promotion cannot simply hand Paddy a safe opponent, but they also should not throw him straight into the fire. That is why Dan Hooker stands out as a realistic option. The two have exchanged trash talk in the past, which adds extra interest to the matchup and builds natural hype. Belal also made it clear that giving Paddy someone like Arman would be a huge mistake. In his view, Arman is the toughest test in the lightweight division for almost anyone. He added that Paddy's path forward is unclear, and the next fight will be crucial for his long-term momentum and confidence. Moving on to another news, Sean O'Malley recently opened up about his mindset before UFC 324, revealing that he was genuinely worried about becoming the next Tony Ferguson. Coming off 2 straight losses, Sean admitted that the pressure was heavy and the doubt started creeping in. He said the relief after winning that fight was unlike anything he had ever felt before, because for a moment, he feared he might slide into a long losing streak. In his mind, he imagined losing 4 or 5 fights in a row, then switching to boxing just to restart his career and stay relevant. Sean explained that these thoughts were real and constant. He even joked that he pictured himself telling Dana he would fight for whatever money was offered, just to stay active and chase a boxing path instead. The idea of being labeled as someone who couldn't bounce back was terrifying, especially after building such a strong reputation early in his career. That fear pushed him harder than ever during camp and fight week. Alongside this, Sean and Tim Welsh also shared a surprising story about Paddy Pimblett during weight cutting. Sean said he was backstage, completely drained, weighing around 136 pounds, barely surviving like everyone else. He described feeling weak, dehydrated, and mentally exhausted, just trying to make it through the final hours. Meanwhile, Paddy was sitting nearby, calmly vaping and blowing huge clouds, as if nothing was wrong. Sean couldn't believe what he was seeing. He pointed out that Paddy was already on weight, around 154 pounds, despite usually walking around close to 200, while everyone else was carefully managing fluids and energy. The only thing entering Paddy's body was toxic vape smoke. Sean said it looked unreal, almost disrespectful to the suffering that comes with weight cuts. For Sean, the moment highlighted how different fighters handle pressure. Some overthink every detail, while others stay relaxed no matter the circumstances. In the end, Sean believes overcoming those doubts and fears made the victory even sweeter, reminding him that resilience, discipline, and belief are just as important as talent inside the cage. Moving on to another news, Alexander Volkanovski recently made it clear that he is willing to accept fights in almost any division if the UFC comes calling. He said that whether it is lightweight, welterweight, or even middleweight, he would not hesitate to step up and take the opportunity. For him, it is all about staying active, challenging himself, and proving that he is ready for anything at any time. He explained that this mindset has always been part of who he is as a fighter, and he takes pride in never backing down from a tough situation. At the same time, Volkanovski admitted that he understands the conversation around whether someone truly earns or deserves certain opportunities. Some fans and analysts believe that after one fight, especially after a loss, a fighter may need more time to rebuild. Others argue that his body of work still speaks for itself. He acknowledged that after taking a short-notice fight on just 11 days and getting knocked out, then returning only 3 months later, people were bound to question his decisions. From the outside, it may have looked risky, even reckless. However, he pointed out that context matters. Both of those losses came against fighters who are considered among the very best in the world, often ranked as pound-for-pound #1 and #2. When you look at it that way, he believes the story changes. Losing to elite champions on short notice and quick turnarounds is very different from losing to average competition. In his view, those defeats still say something positive about his willingness to test himself against the highest level. Volkanovski also spoke about how the UFC supported him during those moments, giving him opportunities and trusting him to deliver. He feels that despite the setbacks, he has shown consistency, professionalism, and courage. Even with those losses on his record, he believes he remains in the conversation among the sport's top fighters. He emphasized that when your only defeats come against the very best, it reflects the level you are competing at. He added that there will always be questions surrounding short-notice fights and fast turnarounds. There are always stories behind those decisions that fans may not fully understand. Training camps, injuries, timing, and personal motivation all play a role. For him, stepping in under difficult circumstances is part of being a true competitor. In the end, Volkanovski sees his journey as proof of resilience. He is not afraid of criticism, pressure, or tough matchups. Whether it is lightweight, welterweight, middleweight, or anywhere else, he remains ready to compete. His focus stays on growth, legacy, and showing that heart, mindset, and determination matter just as much as wins and losses inside the cage. Moving on to another news. Jorge Masvidal shared his strong opinion after watching Justin Gaethje fight Paddy Pimblett over the weekend, saying that Ilia would completely destroy Paddy in a matchup. He explained that it was actually a good thing Paddy did not win, because if he had, he would have been lined up against Ilia and gotten torched. According to Jorge, Gaethje himself would probably rather retire and ride off into the sunset than ever face Ilia. Jorge believes both Gaethje and Paddy are levels below Ilia, and that their fight exposed the gap clearly. He pointed to the wrestling, striking, defense, and offense as proof that Ilia operates on a different level. In his view, Ilia is on another planet compared to these guys. He added that once the promotion lines up the next challenge, Ilia will step in, overwhelm his opponent, and fold him with ease, continuing his dominant run at the top. Moving on to another news, Demetrious Johnson recently responded to the idea that he may be the most underpaid fighter in UFC history. While many fans see his legendary career and believe he deserved far more financially, DJ admitted that he was probably underpaid compared to his achievements. He agreed that if his prime had happened 10 years later, during today's era of massive paydays and sponsorships, his career earnings could have looked very different. Still, he said he never let that reality define him. DJ explained that even during his championship years, he tried to think long-term instead of chasing quick rewards. He shared a story about speaking with Sean Shelby about future fights and realizing he had made more money in some earlier matchups than in major title defenses. That moment showed him how unpredictable fighter pay could be. He said that this is one of the unfortunate realities of mixed martial arts, where even champions are not always rewarded fairly for their dominance. Despite this, Demetrious never allowed bitterness to take over. He said he was grateful for every opportunity he received and proud of how he handled his finances. When he later moved to one championship, he was finally able to earn the kind of money that matched his value. He also pointed out that many people assume all the biggest paychecks are in the UFC, but that is not always true. He knows fighters outside the organization who earn more than champions, proving that smart career moves matter. DJ emphasized that from the beginning of his career in 2012, he focused on saving and investing. Instead of spending recklessly, he built stability. He bought a home in Arizona, 2 houses in Washington, and several rental properties. He said he never felt the need to show off wealth or buy flashy things. His priority was security for himself and his family. He also spoke about his work on YouTube, saying that he genuinely enjoys creating content and connecting with fans. However, he made it clear that he does not rely on it financially. If he ever decides to stop, he can walk away comfortably, just like he did with fighting. That freedom comes from years of discipline and planning. Looking back, Demetrious said he feels proud of his journey. Even if the pay was not always fair, he believes he made the most of every opportunity. Through smart choices, patience, and consistency, he built a life where he can relax, enjoy his passions, and say with confidence that he is sitting in a very good place today. Moving on to another news, Merab shared his thoughts after watching Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett, and he believes Ilia was laughing throughout the fight. According to Merab, the bout looked like dirty boxing, with both fighters swinging hard, showing heart, but lacking clean technique and sharp fundamentals. He explained that Ilia sees these moments and feels confident because his boxing level is far higher and more refined. While others admire the toughness, Ilia focuses on precision, timing, and control. In Merab's view, this gap in skill is exactly why Ilia remains calm, composed, and ready to dominate when his opportunity arrives inside the cage. Moving on to another news, Ariel Helwani recently went off on Dana White over his comments about Tom Aspinall. At the post-fight press conference for UFC 324, Dana was asked about Aspinall's eye injury and seemed to dismiss it, explaining that the surgery was just injections. The MMA community was shocked by how casually Dana treated the situation, especially given that Aspinall is a heavyweight champion. Even Tom Aspinall himself spoke out, questioning why he was being mentioned at the event when he wasn't even part of it. Ariel didn't hold back in his criticism, calling out Dana for showing random disrespect to a fighter, particularly at an event that had nothing to do with him. Ariel highlighted the seriousness of dismissing an eye injury, pointing out that injections are not trivial and that no fighter would casually sign up for them. He emphasized that the reaction was completely inappropriate, not just toward a heavyweight champion, but toward any fighter competing under the UFC banner. Ariel's comments reflect a broader frustration in the MMA world, where fighter health and respect are expected to be taken seriously. He stressed that dismissing injuries and downplaying fighters' efforts sets a poor example for the sport and undermines the fighters' sacrifices. In his view, every athlete deserves recognition and care, and leaders in the sport must hold themselves accountable when addressing such sensitive matters. Moving on to another news, Ilia has reportedly listed his $3.5 million home for sale this month. The luxury property in Madrid, once shared with his ex-wife, sits in one of the city's most exclusive neighborhoods and previously doubled as a personal training base. The residence includes a private gym, a full spa, 24/7 security, and a spacious 6-car garage. Sources say the move reflects a new chapter in Ilia's life, both personally and professionally. As he continues to dominate inside the cage, major changes outside of it are also unfolding, showing that success brings difficult decisions and fresh beginnings. Moving on to another news, new details have now confirmed that Dana White was not lying about Justin Gaethje's pay situation. After Gaethje publicly stated that the UFC didn't increase his pay following the Paramount deal, Dana shut down those claims, saying that Justin was actually offered more money but never accepted it. Initially, many in the MMA community were skeptical, especially since Gaethje himself dismissed the claim during a press conference, not even wanting to address it in front of Dana. However, Gaethje's manager, Ali Abdelaziz, confirmed in a new interview with Mike Bond that Dana did indeed make an offer. Ali explained that while he has rules about discussing financial matters, he acknowledged that Dana was truthful. He said the offer was made, but Justin may not have been okay with it at the time. Ali emphasized that no one in the UFC deserves to make more than Justin Gaethje, highlighting his value and contributions to the sport. Ali also shared that he recently spoke with Islam Makhachev, who agrees that Justin's impact and performance put him in a Hall of Fame category, and that he should be prioritized when it comes to earnings. The confirmation from Ali clears the air and validates Dana's previous statements, showing that the UFC did make an effort to compensate Gaethje appropriately. This development sheds light on fighter pay transparency and reinforces Justin's status as one of the most accomplished athletes in the promotion. Despite the initial skepticism, the truth now confirms that Dana White was acting in good faith and that Gaethje's position as a top earner in the UFC remains justified, reflecting his elite level and the respect he commands in the sport. Moving on to another news, Ilia recently appeared on a show called Guess the Pro Fighter, where he took a subtle shot at Islam Makhachev, Khabib, and Charles Oliveira. During the segment, 2 random guys were asked to grapple, and Ilia had to choose who he believed was not a real fighter. The person he selected later revealed that he was actually an amateur who had trained in Dagestan with Islam and Khabib, and also in Brazil with Charles. After hearing this, Ilia looked at him and joked, "That's why you haven't improved." The clip quickly went viral on Avallanos' show, with fans reacting to Ilia's confident and sarcastic response. Moving on to another news, Arman recently appeared on Daniel Cormier's YouTube channel and publicly issued an apology to Dana White and Hunter Campbell. During the interview, Arman spoke in a lighthearted but sincere tone, asking for forgiveness and saying he wants another chance at a title fight. He joked that he would be a good boy from now on and promised not to hit anyone anymore. Arman explained that during training camps, anything can happen. Fighters can get injured, emotions can run high, and stress can build up. However, he made it clear that incidents involving punching bags, headbutts, or confrontations would never happen again. He said he is trying to stay focused, disciplined, and professional. At the same time, Arman admitted that if someone tries to slap or disrespect him at a fight, his instinct is to react. Still, he emphasized that he wants to control himself better moving forward. He hopes this apology shows his maturity and commitment to earning trust and opportunities again.